Hi, I'm Maggie from maggiescrochet.com, and in this video I'm going to show you the basic shell stitch that has color changes on every single row. And I'm going to do it in a way that you don't have to finish off and have ends on every single row. So I start with a slip knot, and to make my slip knots I make a ring, and then I take that top strand and I put it across the center of the ring in the back, and then I pull that back strand out of the middle. And if you notice, there's a knot side and a slip side. I'm going to tighten the knot side and put it on my hook, and then I'm going to pull on the slip side. So my loop should be like this on my hook. This pattern is a multiple of 6 plus 2. If you want to make a rug, I recommend using multiple strands of yarn or a super thick yarn. You just crochet it as long as you want that chain to be, as long as it's a multiple of 6 plus 12. Or if you want to do an afghan, the average afghan is 45 inches wide by 65 inches long. So you just crochet that chain. And even if you want to chain a couple extras, there's another video that shows you how to cut the ends off the chain if you have too many. So you can make placemats with this. You can make, you know, the sky's the limit on what you want to make with it. So for right now, just to show you the stitch, I am just going to chain 3, like 20. So that'll be 18 plus my 2. So here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. When I do, this is called a foundation chain. When I do this chain, I'm doing it loose because I don't want to battle my chains. The first row is hard enough without having to fight tight loops trying to get into them. So I'm going to single crochet in the second chain from hook, and I usually go, the easiest loop for me to go in is that top loop like this. So some people go in both loops like that, and I kind of like to go now into, instead of using either of these two, I go into the back bar behind it. See that little bar right there? That's where I go into that one loop. So I go in there, make a single crochet, then I skip 2 chains, which is this one and that one, and then I'm going to do a shell of 5 double crochets into the next one. So I'm going in that back loop right there. Okay, then you might want to pull this out a little bit. Then I'm going to skip the next 2 chains, which is this one and this one, and then see right there, you can see the 2 ovals, and then I'm going to go into this one here. So I'm just going to roll it forward a little bit and go, just catch that back bar of that chain right there and work a single crochet. Then I'm going to yarn over, skip the next 2 chains, roll that forward, and do my 5 double crochets into the next chain. Okay, I'm going to pull that out a little bit. Let's skip these 2 chains, roll it forward, go into the next one with a single, and then skip the next 2, do the shell in the next one, trying not to split my yarn. Okay, Now see, because I worked in the back bar, I have a nice little finish edge on the bottom. And this really helps if you need to sew two pieces together, and if you've done your foundation chain like this, so you can match these two loops together with the other piece. So at the very end, I did my counts right, and you should have 3 left at the end of your row. And I skip the last 2 and work a single crochet in the last chain like that, and that completes row 1. Now, before I finish that single crochet though, I'm going to go back here and I make the single crochet until there's 2 loops left on my hook. If I wasn't changing colors every row, I wouldn't even bother with that. I'd just continue on. But since I'm trying to match this right here, I make another slip knot with the contrasting color. I put that on my hook, and I complete the last single crochet with the new color. So I go like this, right? And I'm going to leave this color attached, but I'm just going to let it hang there. Now with the new color, I'm going to continue on with the pattern. So I chain 3, turn, and I'm going to go in both loops of the first single crochet and do 2 more double crochets, because this chain 3 turn counts as a double crochet. Right, like that. And then I'm going to single crochet in the center double crochet of the 5 double crochet group. So that would be this one right here, and there's 2 loops at the top right there, and I'm going under those 2 loops. I'm yarn over, pull that through to complete a single. Then I am going to work a shell in the next single, always working in the 2 loops at the top of each stitch. So basically you're working a shell and a single and a single and a shell. So here's the 5 double crochet shell. I'm going to single. I'm going to go in both strands here, and then I'm going to work a shell in the single. It's looking beautiful. Okay, there's my 5 double crochet shell. So on this row, instead of 3 full shells, I'm going to have 2 full shells, and then I'm going to have 2 half shell, a half shell on each side. So I'm going to single in that shell, and I'm going to work 3 double crochets right here for a half shell. Okay, like that. Now I am going to make a chain like this, and then I need my stitch marker, which I found. Hallelujah. Okay, here's my stitch marker. We have these at maggiescrochet.com. They're wonderful. Okay, so I'm just going to put that on a stitch marker. Remember this color here. I'm going to go back to that dropped color. Okay, and I'm going to put my hook in the top of the turning chain right here, from front to back like this. I'm going to yarn over with that dropped color. I'm going to bring that through, and I'm going to chain 1. Then I'm going to work a single crochet in that first double crochet, and then I'm going to go across in the shell pattern like this. Okay, I got a little knot happening here. Okay, now And then I just continue in the shell pattern. Okay, there's 4, there's 5. Okay, now at the end, I'm finishing up with a single crochet at the end of this row. And remember, I've got my white that was dropped over here on a stitch marker. So my next stitch that I need to do is a single crochet in the last double crochet, which is right here. So I go like this, and I don't complete that double crochet because I'm going to drop the blue. Then I'm going to take this off the stitch marker. I can pull this chain out, but you don't really need to. And I'm going to put that, I'm going to yarn over with that yarn now and finish the last single crochet with the new color. And I'm going to leave this dropped here, and then I'm going to chain 3 and turn with the new color. So now I'm going to work a half shell here with that new color, like here, the 3, and then a single right here, and then a shell right here, okay, so when I get, I'll go ahead and finish this row. See, this makes it nice. You won't have to, you can change colors every single row. This would be a great pattern to, let's say your main color is white, and like every row here you could actually just add a, you know, you could add a new color for every row. Okay. Single, so on this row I'm going to have a half shell at the end like this. Okay, now I'm going to chain 1, put that on my stitch marker. I don't want it to fall off. Now I'm going to show you this one more time. My strand is right here, my drop strand. I need to, I'll go from, I'm on the right side, and I'm going to go in the top of the chain 3 in the 2 loops like this. I'm going to yarn over with the new color like this, pull it through the right side, chain 1, and single crochet in the first stitch. And then I just continue down with the blue now. So that's how you do changing colors every single row. But it's really a pretty pattern. Like you can see it in here. It looks so pretty. It's like stacked pinks and stacked whites. So even the blue looks beautiful too. But that's how you can do it without having to finish off. Now if you're doing a really wide afghan and you don't mind sewing in all the ends, you could just finish off like right here where I put the marker on. You could have just finished that off, and you know, I recommend going back and forth from right side to wrong side, because if you work your afghan every row from the same side, it tends to kind of like slant. And trust me, I know, because I used to design a lot of Afghans, and a couple of them I designed so that they were all worked from the right side, and they all wanted to go off in one direction. So anyway, it's nice to have an alternating row, and it keeps it more even. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna do another video on just the basic shell with nothing, and then I will do a video on a shell where you change colors every 2 rows. And then I have another shell pattern that is a puff shell stitch, which I absolutely love. And so there's all kinds of stitches coming out, and techniques. If you have any questions, put them in the comments or on Facebook. And everyone here at the office has little papers, and they fill out the person's name and what they need a video on, and I try to get to videos for everybody. So I hope that you shop with us at maggiescrochet.com, and I hope this helps you to master the art of crochet. Thank you very much for watching.